The two cars that make up row number one, Chandler Smith, Joe Graff Jr. Green flags out at Daytona.
Well, we'll have to follow up on that 21 starting to the back. Can be no big deal, Rick, or can be a huge deal if you have an accident early.
Joe Gibbs Racing has to feel pretty good about the Toyotas and everyone starting toward the front here at Daytona. As they race 2 by 2. Dave, an update on that 21?
Yeah, Rick, the team just informed me, and that was a scramble right there, that they were actually going to the back anyway after qualifying.
The 51
there's a big
Clements
crash
is around. Also, the 21 caught up in it, Austin Hill. After starting in the back now, he was involved in this incident. We saw the 51. Clements was sideways. There were about 4 or 5 cars that had contact here.
Rick, they had to change a steering pump and a steering box. That's what sent him to the back at the beginning of this race, and what a disaster.
Ryan Ellis also involved. Take a look. Lawless Allen in the 15. The 28 was slow, and everyone checked up from behind Kyle Sieg.
Yeah, Gus Dean's in the 15 car.
The 51 gets stacked up, gets pushed to the apron, and at that point, the whole bottom line stacks up. But the wreck is really the 51, right? The 26 pushes the 51 down on the bottom. You're going to see him right here. Gets down on the apron, and now everybody starts to check up, and that's kind of a chain reaction. The wreck behind is a reaction to the 51 wrecking.
The 51 sideways, and that quick. It gets bottled up here at Daytona.
Yeah, that's so disappointing. On lap 1, the aggressiveness, it just isn't necessary. On lap 1 to be pushing that hard into turn 3. It's a long race. And this race has a history of a lot of cautions. So you have to go into the race understanding that.
And it was surprising because Jeremy Clements in that 51 looked like he went down on the yellow line, and then when he was self-correcting, just lost control of this car.
Oh, look at this damage. Ryan Ellis, so disappointing. We talk about track position, how important it is. So look at this big shot. So the 51 car, he's right behind Allgaier. The 26 of Earnhardt's pushing him. Now the 51 is in the back of the 7, and now he's just out of control. So it all started because, in my eyes, Jeffrey Earnhardt does not know that Jeremy Clements is up against the rear bumper of Allgaier, and he's trying to push him and ends up just pushing him into this wreck.
And the 35, Akinori Ogata came in at a much higher pace than everyone else. Same thing, obviously not understanding that they were stacking up. He gets to the back of the 15, Gus Dean, and then goes up and catches the 21. It looks so much easier in slow motion, right? When you watch it in real speed, it just happens truly in a blink of an eye. One car gets on the apron, we see some sparks, the next thing you know, they're stacked up.
And we have to remind you, I mean, the rules are you can't lock bumpers. So bump drafting here is more just bumping a car and not locking up with another car.
Yeah,
so
bumping,
that's another
banging.
With Jeremy Clements, who was probably right on the 7, was probably trying to get off of him and then got hit from behind.
And I'll add one more. You know, that's going into turn 3 at the first time. They're really not even full speed yet. I mean, they're close, but they're not to the speed they'll see through there the next lap.
The first Xfinity race I ran here, Harry Gant asked me, he said, what are you going to do today? What's your strategy? I said, I'm going to go to the front. He said, take it easy the first lap. I wrecked over there in turn 3, and he motored by me under caution.
Hi, I'm Parker Kligerman. For more access like this from Pit Road, be sure to click and subscribe to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube channel.